Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily, Monday Motivation. It's Des here, ready to attack a brand new week. Feeling really positive this week, really on it. As you can see, beautiful weather, the birds are singing. Is it the first day of spring? Let's hope so. The weather's really picked up just since yesterday. It was absolutely freezing getting in my activity at the weekend, but having done what I've done, my activity, some nice things which I'm going to come back to a little bit later. I'm going to use it as Monday motivation. I'm feeling really positive, and the weather just adds to that. The news of the vaccines and hitting the 15 million target in the UK, that's positive as well, isn't it? And hopefully this time next week we'll get some even more positive news about how we can keep moving forward. For now, it's about doing what we have to do. Not just what we have to do, we can make some real positive choices to sort of put that to one side, drive on how we want to. Let's not be defining what's going on around us, what decisions are made by others. And that's what DOdaily is all about. It's about encouraging people to look in. I want to encourage activity. I want to encourage sort of participation and people to get out there. But if there's those that are not quite at that level, not quite comfortable getting involved just yet, just look in, taking some of the information. I try to make it transferable to everyday life, and whilst I'm still new to this, I'm trying my best. That's coming bit by bit, so hopefully those that do sort of check out DOdaily can get something from it. Tomorrow we start with a Tuesday training solidarity session. Really straightforward activity session where we encourage people to get outside, enjoy the fresh air, get out at the same time. That's the most important part of that session. 6:30 we ask like-minded people to all get involved, take part, whatever activity you choose, take pictures, post them in. I share them across the story. All the links will be at the end of the video as ever, but it's just about getting out there and doing it together, trying to create some team spirit. Of course, one of the things we're really missing right now is that togetherness, and seeing people and meeting people. So if we can try and do something virtually that brings us together the best we can, why not? Why wouldn't you give it a go? Of course, if you can't do it at 6:30, it is about Tuesday training and getting the week off to a good start. Of course, Monday motivation. If you do miss it, I always say never miss it, but if you have to, Tuesday's the time where we get together and give it a real push collectively rather than the individual effort on a Monday. We follow that up with the Wednesday workout challenge. Didn't have one last week. The weather was bad, and of course one of the things I try to do is encourage good health and well-being, and I think it just been pushing it a little bit. If we'd have done something, it was particularly icy in much of the UK, particularly here in Nottingham as well. So I thought it was important to just give it a miss, but I'm working on one or two ideas. I'll post that in the closed Facebook group. Please check out the Do Running Facebook group. It's absolutely amazing place to be, full of encouragement, enthusiasm, people that want to get involved, people posting up their pictures, and it always does the trick in getting others out there, getting them active and reaping in those benefits. That's what it's all about. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, building ourselves up to have a good week. Wednesday is also the point where I feel the week can sometimes start getting on top of us, whether it's lockdown, working from home, families, stresses of going to work even these days, it can start building up. So Wednesday can be the perfect opportunity to sort of focus on a challenge, focus on something different, take that time for yourself. That's important. It's really important to be kind to yourself as well as others. So by doing that, sometimes it can just improve everything that's going on around us, and I think that's really important to remember. Thursday, really love a Thursday now. When I started DOdaily, it was my most difficult video of the week. I do a live question and answer session where I get people asking me anything they want to, and the questions come in throughout the week. Don't know what's coming. Sometimes they're quite late, so I'm put a little bit on the spot. Occasionally I'll do some research, but I try to sort of answer them with my own experience, with my own opinion. This is supposed to be honest and relatable advice, so it's not too technical. It's just stuff that I've got wrong, sometimes things I've got right, do you know, and that's all it is really. But the Thursdays in the last couple of weeks have been absolutely fantastic. Just before starting this video, I'd got a message saying really enjoyed last Thursday's episode from a friend, do you know, and the one before that, it's got nearly 200 views now. Something I'm really proud of. Again, it's not major, but it's one of those small wins I talk about a lot on DOdaily. And setting out, doing something like this, you know, when you get 3 or 4 people watching, or 3 or 4 people committing to it, do you know, when you've got 200 watching, do you know, that feels amazing, do you know, and hopefully I can keep building on that. But that's what it's all about. It's just about being that space where people can look in, regardless of what kind of activity they do, what level of activity, their ability, you know, just to look in to get bits of advice, whether it is activity, whether it's coronavirus, whether it's how to stay motivated. It's just a bit of a free-for-all. If you've got any questions, please email des@dorunning.org.uk, or use the links again, any of the social media posts, any of the comments on the video. Please use all of those to ask me questions. I'm prepared to answer absolutely anything. If you did see that video 2 Thursdays back, I put it all out there. I was honest about my own mental health and things like that. So it's just a bit of a sort of blank page almost to go at and give people the opportunity to get information about things they want to know about. And it just, I use that to drive the content, do you know, and that's important, isn't it? Because it's what people want answering, it's what people want to see. But like I say, I'm really enjoying those recently. I always ask a throwback question. Last week we was talking about inspirations, do you know, we're trying to be positive right now, and we had a conversation in a WhatsApp group related to the running group about sporting heroes. One of the guys asked me who my running hero was, so I threw that back. I went back to the original question: who is your sporting hero? Just one, do you know? When we had the conversation, lots of us can reel off numerous, do you know. We got given 5 choices. I could have easily said 10, 15, but just one person who really inspired you, perhaps when you was young, perhaps when you was in a bad place, maybe even now, do you know, through the situation. Somebody who's just doing it, do you know, just doing it for you. That's the most important thing. And yeah, if you can answer that, that'd be fantastic. I'd just like to sort of start the episode with a bit of light-hearted sort of information to throw in, you know, just to get things going, just to get people thinking, you know, and get people sort of thinking positively more than anything. On Friday, I wake up to walk. The episode is Attack the Day, do you know. I love getting out first thing, try and get somewhere different every week. Last week, really enjoyed getting to Gunthorpe. Again, thanks for the feedback on the video, really positive stuff, do you know. I was roaming around a village just outside Nottingham. Sometimes it's a park within Nottingham, sometimes it's by the river, do you know, and I just like to sort of throw in a few random facts, do you know, let people know how my week's been, let people know what I'm up to at the weekend, how I'm approaching it, how I'm looking forward to it. And that's really important, isn't it? Just to have that sort of positivity going into the day. It's a fantastic time for me. I've said so much over the last few weeks, you know, walking is absolutely fantastic. It's the one time I can completely clear my head. Before I do a DOdaily episode, I always go for a walk. Sometimes I listen to things, podcasts and other people, do you know. Sometimes it's just about there being completely away from everything. That's how today's been. I've been completely sort of away with myself. I've got a good couple of miles in, gonna go back and then sort of break into a run and get that complete as well. So that's what Friday's all about. It's about just sort of letting everything fall off my shoulders, all the pressures of the week, everything that's going on around me, and then be positive going into the weekend. Saturday, I throw it all back to you and ask you to do a Saturday selfie, whatever activity you're doing, whatever you're doing out and about. Do you know, like I say, it's not just about activity, but if we can encourage people to use those benefits, do you know, use it for the positive impact it can have on us physically and mentally, do you know, we definitely will. And that's what DOdaily is all about. So I was saying there right at the start of the episode about this week's Monday motivation and how good I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. And what I really want to touch on is something I've spoke about a lot, you know, because this morning I woke up and I was I'm still struggling with this sleep thing. I've been saying it over DOdaily for months now that I really need to sort of get up early and attack the week. And whilst I do positive things when I wake up, I try and get stuck into my work. Mondays is always a real struggle. But I was thinking today, because we've had the conversation over the last few days about living in the moment somewhat, I spoke recently about how sometimes we can sort of dig into the past to realise how far we come and take the sort of credit for it, take the benefits from that, and that is useful. But then I felt I dwelt on it a little bit and I wanted to sort of stay in the moment, understand what I'm doing right now. So sort of the back end of last week, over the weekend, I've been sort of, without thinking about it too much, I've been evaluating myself, thinking, what is it that works for me right now? So I'm going to ask you a question, just give you a few minutes to think while I'm talking away. Right now, what are you doing? Is it positive or negative? Apart from watching DOdaily, of course that's a positive, or whether it was the last thing you did, because absolutely everything we do has a positive or negative impact on us, and we've always got a choice. That's I always say, don't be defined by things we can't control, because we always have a choice about what we do. If it's going out for a run, we choose if we want to do it or we don't do it. If it's reading a book, if it's responding in a certain way to something, we've always got the opportunity to be positive. And I want you to almost answer that to yourself, and be honest. If you do want to comment in the comments about what action you've been doing and whether that's positive or negative, perhaps it can create some conversation, it can get me thinking about it. But the point I'm trying to make is, yesterday, for somebody who doesn't get up particularly well, Saturday and Sunday, I was out of bed at 6:30, and yesterday a little later, but still out of bed. But I had purpose. I've been running a program called Fit a Fair Bit. It's an extension for mine, Jan, and it's made me accountable. It's made me arrange to meet people, to do a bit of one-on-one coaching, to follow that up with a positive Zoom conversation, some chat where we don't involve chit chat. We talk about the activities we've done, we talk about the impact it has on us. But that's made me accountable, and that's something I use quite a lot. It's making me accountable. But what it's done more than anything, after those sessions, I've been really, really positive. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. I had a nice day with Kay. We had a nice day on Saturday. We almost made it Valentine's weekend. Soppy, I know, but there you go. But because of the start to the day, it made such a difference. It was really, really sort of getting out there early. I had a couple of drinks again on Saturday, something that I've been abstaining from recently, but I felt really good about doing it. I felt like I'd earned it. Done lots of miles to this thing, done a real sort of good interval session. So one or two of the guys I work with separately got so much from it, and then sort of getting up, talking about it, hearing all their sort of positive feedback put me in a really good frame of mind to have a nice day yesterday. And I've kind of put out there through my own social media that it was a lovely day. And when I think about it, we didn't do anything too much different than what we normally do. We enjoy each other's company, we enjoy the things we do. It was a lot of watching TV for me, watching football and watching sport. Kay went out and did a long run and got great achievement from that. And again, I think it's all that positivity built by sort of getting up early on a Saturday and Sunday, something we're not really used to. But over the last few weeks, we've been doing it, really attacking the day, sitting down, having good breakfast, and then really planning what we do for the rest of the day. And I took that into sort of, I was thinking today, like, why am I still struggling on a Monday? And I think I've got to get that accountability back into my day. I've got to make that choice to get up early, to get out there, to give it a real go. When I'm on top form, when I'm getting up early, by the middle of the day, I feel like I've achieved so much, and when you take that break at the end of the day, you take your rest, it's well deserved, it's fantastic, but sometimes if I don't get up early, if I don't do some of the things I'm doing, which I've done plenty today, but not exactly everything I want to do, I'm not exactly in the same mind frame as I was over the weekend, I'm just a few niggly regrets, nothing too major, nothing too much. But it's about keep doing the positive things, isn't it? And that was part of the reason for coming back to this location, somewhere I've been so much, to do Monday motivation, and get the same walk in, use the light and the warmth, you know, of what I've got, and stand here in the trees and in the bushes, you know, just enjoying the video. And once I've done it, once it's uploaded, once I've got my walk and running, you know, I feel absolutely fantastic, and I feel like I'm taking much more out of the day. And that, guys, is why I kind of never miss a Monday. Do you know, yes, I'd like to sort of be a little bit better at getting up early. I know that would benefit me so much more, but by getting in the activity, by getting out there, by doing things I enjoy, by telling myself that was a positive move, do you know, I've got something from the day. I can sit back when I'm resting before bedtime and think, yes, it definitely worked. And then tomorrow I'll go into it feeling that little bit better than not getting up this morning. Hopefully I'll be able to get up, get out of bed, get all my work done, look forward to that solidarity session with all the sort of positivity I need, you know, and get the absolute most from it. And that's what we need to do right now, isn't it? It's just get the absolute most. Live in the moment, you know, take everything we can, not look too far, not make too much of it. The solidarity session is the classic example. Do you know, people kind of look at it and go, well, how does that work? Well, you won't know if you don't try it. Give it a go, guys. Get involved. Do you know, if you can't get out today, get involved in that. Get your activity up. Do you know, by Wednesday, by the time Thursday comes around in particular, you'll be ready for a little break and listen to Thursday thoughts. If not, if you can't get the activity in as well, do you know, I always encourage people to get out there, even if it's 10-15 minutes a day, just to reap all those benefits. Like I say, look back at the end of the day and tick it off. Do you know, I've made the absolute most of it. I've made the best of it I can. Even if it's been a tough, difficult, you know, stressful day, there's always a way of taking something from it. And that's what choice is all about, isn't it? You know, you make the choice to do it. Do you know, those people I'm working with through this sort of program, I've seen massive improvements because we're just talking about things a lot more. And that's essentially what DOdaily is. It's a way of staying connected, particularly for me. Do you know, if anyone gets anything from it, I definitely do. It's my way of being connected to myself and everyone around me. So keep talking, guys, keep listening, keep sharing the videos, keep sharing your post, you know, keep tagging us in, use those different daily motivations. Like I say, check out those links at the end of the video. Please like, share and subscribe. Do you know, let me get another video up to 200 viewers. If I can make it consistent, do you know, the numbers are definitely going up, but it's not all about that. But it's great as well, do you know, it shows progress. It's a real tick in the box for me and shows some good improvement. And that's all I really want to say today, guys, is always just live in the moment, you know. Think about what you're doing right now. Is it positive? Is it negative? When I say right now, I mean probably just before or just after the video. But even if it's what you're eating, do you know, is it a positive choice? We've made lots of choices recently. Monday's always about jacket potato because it's an healthier option. Do you know, so even if it's your tea, is it a positive or negative? Because absolutely everything we do impacts us going forward, do you know? And when we realise that, we start thinking about it a bit more and we're a bit more conscious of our own actions. That's it, guys. Until tomorrow and the solidarity session, get that kit on, ready for 6 o'clock to watch the video, and then at 6:30 we'll be out there doing what we do, just doing it.